everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I have a little mini unboxing to show you, or as we like to say, unenveloping, because it's not a box, but this is a follow-up to a video I did, I think it was last week, middle of the week, or early last week, or the end of the week before. Anyway, this is from Growley leather, and I'm looking at some leathers so I can have a tote bag made. They have several styles that they offer, but you can also have it custom made and add or take away features from their standard models. I loved the first three leathers. They were beautiful. Here, hang on. I'll pause this and I'll go get those. Okay, I'm back. I should have had those in front of me. I won't go into great detail about these because I have a separate video on those. But this is the espresso, the Colt. No, I'm sorry. Start over. Espresso. This is the Colt, and this is the Derby. And I like all of them. I like the colors. They're all different. They all have different features that I think would be great in a tote bag. But I can't decide. And I just wasn't sure if one of these was the one I wanted, but I liked them, but I just wasn't settled on it yet. So I looked a little bit more on their Instagram page or account or whatever that's called, and kind of was scrolling through and saw a few more leathers. I don't know how many they have all together. I'm guessing 6 or 8 or something, but anyway, a couple that I didn't really pay much attention to earlier when I looked kind of stood out to me. So I thought I better just check and make sure that I've considered all the possible options for me. So I requested 2 more. One is Folklore and the other is Crazy Horse. So it's really nice. They always have these cute little cards. See? And a little comment. So this is Folklore and Crazy Horse. And again, they're very helpful in mentioning if I have any more questions to let them know. So let's take a look at these. So this is the Crazy Horse. And again, I like to kind of just let you know what both sides feel like. This is like smooth, but with little bumpy pieces. But that's on the inside. It's nothing bad. It's just, that's what it is. It almost makes me think of when you have a sheet and it starts to get the little things that pop up. But, you know, this isn't a sheet, and it smooths out pretty well. So I like that. It's really dark though, and I tend to go towards warm browns. That is my preference, to have a warm. Right off the bat, I don't think warm with this, and I think it's close to black, but that pull up or that texture and color it develops after you use it is going to probably be a key deciding factor for me. And then the Folklore also, I kind of skimmed over it on Instagram, and then I went back and I saw some other things made out of it, and then it really confused the matter for me. Already I like this golden undertone here on the back. Just a leathery feel, a little rougher. You can see the little pieces, or maybe you can't, but you know, just like the inside of leather would be. It's not like pressed, or some of them are super smooth. And I just comment on that, not meaning good or bad, just as an observation. What drew me back to considering these two is the color when it's bent. I don't know if you call that pull up. I know on some you can, like on this one, you can pull up on it and you get that really cool orangey color. This leather is so impressive though. I've got to say, I mean, they're all beautiful, but the fact that this one does not scratch easily is really neat, and the scratches can rub out. So that's what I mean by pull up. If you know, tell me, but is that also the color you see as it gets used and, you know, bent up or thrown somewhere and it gets a little bending or something. But let's take a look at these. So again, Crazy Horse and Folklore. I'm just going to use the good old fingernail and, ooh, it does scratch. But I kind of like that. And at first I was hesitant about this leather because it scratched. It's gorgeous. This is the one I really want to use. I wasn't sure if I'd like that it scratches easily, but I have a wallet that does the same thing, not in this leather, from another company, and that doesn't bother me. I actually like the personality that that gives. What I love about the pictures I saw on Crazy Horse, oh my gosh, ooh yeah. See how cool that is? That color that's showing through warms up the darker background, I feel like. I would almost say this seems like a cool color, but when I see this, I get more of a sense of warmth coming through. So, you know, tote bag, I'm not planning on babying it. I'm going to use it. By the way, this is very smooth. It's not that the same kind of thing. It doesn't have the pebbling. This is smooth. This is the pebbling. This feels super nice, and I should have just touched it a little bit before I did that. But I'm loving the color showing through. And I like that this is, I don't know if you would call it floppy, but a little more bendable. I would say these are comparable. This one feels a little stiffer to me, and I think that would make a good tote bag. And I think it would kind of hold its own if I set it down. Whereas this one, you know, is going to bend over a little more. So that is another key thing for me, is how structured is the leather. I want it to have some structure because I'll get frustrated trying to work with it if it's too floppy. But if it's too stiff, then it doesn't go with me just the way I am. I think I like somewhere middle of the road. I really like the color that shows through. And somebody on Instagram had a Crazy Horse item, and this color here was really coming through quite a bit like a rust. And so I loved that, and I wanted to reconsider. I like this. I like that a lot. Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee. Hang on a second. I feel a little bit thirsty. If you can believe it, I had a root canal done this morning. My tooth has been bothering me for about a week. I finally got that taken care of. Now I'm really thirsty because I haven't been drinking enough. Okay, this one, Folklore. I'm feeling excited about this one. Let's bend it. Well, let's do the scratch test. Ooh, it doesn't scratch as readily. A little bit like that. It's almost like I want to say like a indent. A little less visible than, say, what shows up on the derby. But again, I want it to develop its own personality and get all bent up and weathered looking and cool. And I'm really liking how that looks. Anyway, I keep going back and forth, as you can tell. Let's see what kind of color we get when, oh my gosh, as I bend it, I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome. Oh my goodness, yes. This may be the leather. Didn't you ever think you'd be so excited about a piece of leather? Okay, so look at that. It's getting that little wrinkle effect. This is definitely a little more golden. Liking that. It's hard to say if this is showing up right. I don't have the world's best lighting, but that's okay with me. I'm not trying to look professional. I'm just having fun sharing bits and pieces of my crafting life with you viewers. But this seems, like I was saying, a cooler overall feel. This almost feels cooler to me too, but I may be wrong on that. This is definitely warm. And these crumbs, I'm embarrassed to say, are from eating pork rinds while I was playing with the leather. So I'm not doing that now. Not with this tooth. It's recovering. Okay, so this is probably going to be too cool. This is definitely in the running, because even though this original color without the bending is kind of black or charcoaly, maybe you would call it, when you bend it and when you get this texture in there, that just makes it totally different, because this starts to take over then. I think I almost feel like this is the one I want to use. Okay, and I do like the underneath color. Did I do the scratch with this one? I'm losing my mind. I can't remember. I think I did. And again, this and this, very similar feel. And trying to, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying, if it's accurate or not. These right out of the sample packet seem just maybe slightly more slick, if you could say that. And this has a undertone of a little bit of slight more drag to it, like this is a little bit rougher. This smells good, and this smells good. They all smell good. I love the smell of leather. Okay, so thank you for joining me for that. That was just a fun little, well, it was fun for me, unboxing of another Growley leather. Find them on Facebook or the internet. I think it's growleyleather.com. Yep. So if you're interested, go take a look there. They have some really nice things, and they're quality, and it's a family business, and I really like the idea of supporting a family this is their livelihood. I have nothing against Amazon and all those kinds of things. I like getting things inexpensively and quickly, but for something like this that I want to be a lifelong thing, I'm ready to invest in it and make it kind of like an heirloom, and really hopefully something I'll use for the rest of my life. So and it'll just develop its own unique look as I use it. There they all are. I'd be interested in knowing what your thoughts are. I hope that you're getting a halfway decent view of them. And if I'd keep things in screen, that would help. So I like them all. I'm really drawn to this. And this I got from my husband in a folio. It's a beautiful leather. I almost feel like it's a little more of a reddish undertone than I want. I want warmth, but maybe not quite as red. And that's why I really like the derby. I just wondered if I would get frustrated with the scratching. But, you know, people don't come up and scrape it, and you don't scrape a nail along it, but I just did that to kind of see how easily it would scratch. Okay, well, there you go. Please leave me your comments, any thoughts you have, something to consider if you've ever bought a leather tote. What are some things that you would suggest I look for, or features that you have in yours that you enjoy and recommend me looking into? That's all for now, and we'll see you next time. Bye.